So, a couple weeks ago, I uploaded a video crying because I had just lost my job after everything that I had been through within the past 3 years, with me losing my house, losing my car, being homeless, coming to Virginia to stay with family, and then finally getting back on my feet. A couple months later, I lose a job. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. Even though my name is already on the video, my name is Tajane, and I'm 25 years old, soon to be 26 next month. But I had uploaded this video, and I was crying, and no one ever looks good when they cry, especially me. I can say with honesty that I look terrible when I cry. But excuse my voice, I'm actually coming down with a cold. But I had forgotten all about this video until yesterday when it got some comments from this one person. So this one person, I'm not going to name his name because if you watch the video, you'll see this person's name if he hasn't deleted his comments yet. So yesterday, I get a comment, and it's from this guy, and he's like, your video touched me, and it broke my heart, and basically what he was asking me is if I wanted to do some movies. And he was asking this because in the video I expressed how I'm basically struggling and working all these dead-end jobs, but my future self, or I should say, I've always wanted to be an actress ever since I was 7 years old. Obviously, back in the 90s, beauty pageants were the thing to do. So my mom had me in every beauty pageant imaginable, literally every beauty pageant imaginable. And, I had won some awards and trophies because, excuse me, when you're a baby, you get like cutest baby or like grand supreme or what, I don't even know what the hell they are anymore, but that was me back then. And then after the whole pageant scene, she actually stuck me into acting and modeling school until I was about maybe 15, 16 years old. So I do have some background in acting and modeling. And this guy who commented on that terrible, terrible crying video saw that. And he asked me yesterday if I wanted to be in some videos. Well, you know me, anytime someone asks me if I want to do something that's related to my dream, I ask them, who are you? Do you have like a website or something that I can look up so I know that you're real? So I asked him this yesterday. And instead of replying back, yes, here's my website or whatever, he gives my comment a thumbs up. Like literally, that's all he did was just give my comment a thumbs up. So I'm like, okay, not the response that I was looking for. And then 5, maybe 10 minutes go by, and he comments back, and he goes, so are you interested or no? And I'm thinking, okay, obviously this guy is not legit, because if he was, an actual producer or whatever, he would be more professional and come at me maybe in a different angle instead of asking me, are you interested or no? So I said, I'd be interested if I knew exactly who you were or what I was doing. So He comments back like maybe a few minutes later, not that long, and he goes, "You'll be doing some sexy scenes," and I'm thinking this is not going well at all. So I didn't comment back right away, and he's like, he comments back again, and he's like, "You'll be doing some sexy scenes where you're a dominator," and I'm thinking, oh hell, somebody from the porn industry done found my ass, because I uploaded a terrible video of me crying the same day that I lost my job, and now some guy wants me to do porn. I instantly thought, my mom is going to kill me. Anyone who was born back in the 80s or 90s know that a black parent does not play, especially a black grandmother. Like, my mom, no joke, will literally kill me, bring me back to life, and then kill me again if she's ever caught me doing any type of adult films. I don't care how old I am. If she catches me doing anything like that, oh, she's gonna kill me. And she might kill me there on scene when I'm in the middle of doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So as soon as he says that, I'm thinking, this has gotta be a joke. Because no one has ever asked me in my 25 years on this planet if I wanted to do any porn videos. So I'm looking at the comment like, is this guy serious? Like, did he just really ask me out in public or on a social media where everyone can see if I wanted to do some porn? So I comment back the politest way I can without sounding ignorant. So I tell him, "Sorry, I think you found the wrong girl. I'm gonna hold out for the real deal, but I hope you find the girl that you're looking for." And that was it. I didn't say anything else. And he gives the thumbs up and doesn't say anything else for the rest of the day. I checked this morning when I woke up to go to work. No other comments from this guy. So I'm thinking, that's some crazy ass shit. I mean, I don't know how I should feel. Like, thank you for thinking of me in that way, but no thank you. So let me give you a little background history about me. So a few years ago, I lost my very first job. And it was literally the most easiest job you could ever do. And I lost it. I'm not going to tell you how I lost it, but just know that I lost my very first job. And I didn't know how to handle it because I had never ever lost a job ever in my life. So I felt like the world was literally crumbling down around me when I lost my job. And right after I lost my job, I was never able to bounce back or regain myself. Eventually, I had ended up going on unemployment while working part-time at some fast food restaurant where I was working like literally 4.5, 5 hours a day, making nothing. So, after a year, my unemployment ran out, bounced back a little bit, started working 2 jobs, and, things were going fine. I was slowly regaining myself. And then, life just hit me hard again. Because in March 2018... of this year, I ended up losing my house. My very first house that I got when I was 22 years old after being kicked out of my mom's house 2 months before my 22nd birthday. And I don't know, like, I thought right after, I was kicked out of my mom's house, I thought that, life was just terrible because I was homeless. I was literally homeless. I was sleeping in my car that I could no longer pay for. I was staying at empty houses, sleeping on the floor, sleeping on dirty mattresses with like one blanket and one pillow. That went on for like 2.5 months of me doing that. And, you know, after working 2, 3 jobs and saving endlessly and sleeping, in these places where they weren't comfortable and, living out of trash bags, finally I was able to get my very first home at the age of 22. And when I lost it this year in March, I just felt like my whole entire world was just gone. Just gone. So I ended up moving away, 2 hours away, up to Kaiser, West Virginia, which is country as hell, by the way. Very, very country as hell. There is nothing up there. Nothing. So I was staying up there for 2.5, almost 3 months. I was staying up there. And didn't work out there, so I decided to come back down to Virginia and stay with some family, which is where I am now. I'm staying with family. But after being here for like almost 2 months, I got a job. And I was excited because I had literally went like 3 months living in Kaiser with no job, not being able to catch up on any of my bills, and I just knew things were not going to end well for me if I didn't find a job soon. So I ended up finding a job after almost 2 months of being back in Virginia, and everything was working out great there. I loved it. It was a receptionist at a law firm, which is good for me because I have a degree in criminal justice. And not only that, but I've also studied my CNA, so I know a little bit of nursing. But I have my degree in criminal justice, and I got a job working at a law firm as a receptionist. Even though it's not like hands-on big deal, it was still me learning what I love. So, after a month of being there, almost 2 months, I ended up losing that job. And I'll tell you how I lost that job. So I got hired at this law firm through a temp agency. And the person who was in charge of my case basically told me to claim the hours that I was working. And that's what I was doing. So my very first week there, I put in my very, very first timesheet. It got denied. Like literally later on that day, it got denied. So one of the lawyers that works at this law firm, he's like the head honcho there because he's been there the longest, and he's like one of part owners of the company. He saw it and he was upset. So, he calls me into his office and he's like, your timesheet's not gonna fly. Basically you were told the amount of hours that you were supposed to have by such and such, and, I don't appreciate you doing this. So, instead of me telling him the reason why I had did it, I didn't say anything because he was already, in a bad mood. So I just let it be, to me, lesson learned. That was the very first week that I was at this job. Skip ahead, a month and a half, 2 months later, they fired me. When I called the temp agency to find out why I was fired, they told me it was because I had messed up on my first timesheet, and that lawyer who called me into his office couldn't let it go. He saw it as me doing it on purpose and trying to get extra money out of the company when I was told the amount of hours that I was supposed to have specifically. So that's when I had posted the video on YouTube with me crying, looking terrible. Hair looked a hot mess, like it does now because I just woke up from a nap. That's when I had posted that video on YouTube with me crying because I was devastated. You know, I had lost my house three months ago back then. And, you know, I had moved around and, you know, I was staying, you know, in empty houses, sleeping on mattresses and sleeping in my car. And, you know, I felt good having a job for once, you know, even though it was just a receptionist job, answering phone calls, you know, traveling to and from the post office and the courthouse and getting paperwork. I loved it. That was literally in all of the jobs I've ever had my whole entire life. I loved that one. Loved it. Even though it was through a temp agency and I had a 6-month contract with them, and then after the contract it was up to the place of employment to see if they wanted to keep me. I loved that job. So when I got fired over something that I did my very first week there, 2 months later, I was devastated. I literally lost it, which is why I uploaded that video of me crying. But you know, a few days later, after I lost my job, I found another job at another temp agency. So currently, right now, what I'm doing is I'm working at a tomato plant, and it's not me at all, and it sounds easy when you hear the word tomato plant. You think it's like literally the most easiest job, but it's not. It's not. Literally, when you're working at this place, it's very it's very, very active. And don't get me wrong, I am a plus size girl. But, you know, I don't mind being active because when I worked at the law firm, I had to walk every day. So me being active, don't care. I can do it all day. But this job here at the tomato plant, if you are a tomato lover, and I'm not, I hate tomatoes, which I find it kind of ironic that I'm working in a tomato plant and I hate tomatoes. But if you are a tomato lover and you're working at this job, you will hate tomatoes for the rest of your life. Literally. No joke. I've heard people tell me in this place that they don't even want to look at another tomato. And literally, this past week, we've already lost 7 people. And this job just started for the season for us, for my group of people. And we've already lost 7 people in 1 week. I haven't even been there for like 2 weeks. It's been like a week and a half. And 7 people have already quit. That's just how bad it is. And you know, it's a job. It's money. But everyone that knows me knows that that job is not me. Because, you know, I have a degree. I was doing good with my life for so long. Literally, I was doing good on time with the bills. You know, the car note was paid. I was doing good. Which reminds me, I lost my car last month. My car was repossessed last month. So I wake up literally every morning to go to this tomato plant 4:30 every morning before the sun even has a chance to come out. The birds are still sleeping at 4:30. Birds don't even chirp until like 5. So I wake up 4:30 every morning. My shift starts at 6, but I wake up at 4:30 so I can, get myself up, because I know if I don't, then I'm not getting up. So I wake up at 4:30, 4:30, sometimes 5 o'clock, get myself ready, and I call a cab or a Uber. Lately it's been Ubers. Surprisingly, there are Ubers 5 o'clock in the morning on weekdays. Didn't know that. I've never been a Uber rider because, of course, I've had a car. Didn't need a Uber, but yeah, take a Uber to this place. 5:30 in the morning. Sun's still not even up yet, and I'm working in this place, and it makes me think, because if you've already seen my last video with me crying, then you'll know it's kind of it's heartbreaking, because like I said, I grew up wanting to be an actress for so long, and I still do. Even though I'm 25 going on 26, I will still hold on to that hope that someone will see me out there and they will give me a chance. Someone already has. He wanted me to do porn, so that's close. Not quite what I was wanting, but close. But like I told him, I will hold out for the real deal, because I know someone will eventually see me out there, and they will hear my story, and they will know my struggle and my pain, and they will want to give me a chance, because everyone in this world deserves to have at least one chance at something that they love in their life. And it's crazy, because I'm not I'm still homeless, but I'm not homeless per se, because I have somewhere to stay currently, but I'm still living out of trash bags and a couple boxes, and I have a room, but it's not my room to call my own. It's just a room with a bed this time, not the floor. But it's hard. It is hard. Some days I just need to remind myself how grateful I am that I woke up this morning, and that I still have my health, and that I I just have certain things in life, and sometimes it's hard to be grateful for what you have, especially when you have so little. But I can definitely say I don't have worse, because there are people out in this world that do have worse luck than me. If you ask me, I swear I have literally the worst luck in the world, from losing my first job, to losing my house a few years later, to losing my car, to sleeping in empty houses, to sleeping in my car. I would literally make it seem like I am the unluckiest person in this world, but that's not true, because there are people out there that are actually still homeless, and they are actually homeless by, like, sleeping outside or sleeping in rescue missions, and they don't have very much of a choice or option at this time. But I do. Like I said, I'm staying with family, even though I'm living out of trash bags, and at least I have a roof over my head. So I should see that as me being lucky in some way, and be grateful. And don't get me wrong, I am. It's just, a little hard to see that sometimes, especially after all that I've been through. It's very, very hard to see that. But yeah, that's my background. That's me. So if after you see this video you're curious about how the first one sounds, you're gonna be shaking your head at me, because I literally saw the video again yesterday when I saw those comments, and I was even shaking my own head at my own self and thinking, God, that was a terrible video that I uploaded a couple weeks ago. It's very, very terrible. Not a pretty crier. But like I told this person yesterday, I am interested in becoming an actress. And, you know, like Denzel Washington said, you get knocked down so many times, but you get back up. You always get back up. And it's funny because I always watch videos, inspirational videos, with Denzel Washington talking, with Taraji P. Henson talking, Melissa McCarthy talking, all these people that have literally had it as bad as me or worse. I watch their videos because, you know, they're inspirational to me. And they talk about, you know, how bad they had it and how they never gave up and how they're now living their dream. And, you know, I feel like time is slipping away from me a little bit because I'm getting ready to be 26. And, you know, I figure with me being that old, no one's going to want to contract me and put me in a movie. But, you know, we'll see. Let's pray for the best. Let's pray that someone does hear of me and they do want to, you know, put me in their movie. And I hope my very first movie, it can be a small role. I don't care what it is, just as long as I'm in it. I'm hoping my very first movie is either with Denzel Washington or Taraji P. Henson. I'll even take Melissa McCarthy because she's even amazing and she's been through a lot too. So out of those three people, I'd take them all. I don't care if my role is just standing in a corner looking weird. I will take it. So someone sees me out there, I'm here waiting for you, not some guy who shoots porn. I'm waiting for you, the real deal. And I will keep hustling until I can get to where I want to be in this life. So, thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.